There are places on Earth that feel alive with secrets, lands where the past and present collide in ways that challenge imagination. Few regions are as enigmatic as the frozen continent at the bottom of the world. Beneath the ice, hidden in crevasses, glaciers, and subglacial lakes, lie mysteries that have baffled scientists, explorers, and adventurers for centuries. From ancient fossils of giant creatures to subglacial ecosystems thriving in total darkness, Antarctica is a place where the impossible becomes tangible. Here, we uncover stories of vanished explorers, eerie natural phenomena, and objects frozen in time, each whispering secrets of a world most of us will never see firsthand. In this video, we reveal 15 mysterious things discovered in Antarctica, a journey into the frozen unknown, where every discovery hints at deeper, sometimes unsettling truths. Beneath nearly 4 kilometers of ice lies a lake untouched by sunlight or human contact for over 15 million years. Lake Vostok, one of the largest subglacial lakes in the world, is sealed off from the atmosphere, a vast dark reservoir trapped in ice, preserving a time capsule of life and climate from epochs long past. The lake's isolation has made it a tantalizing mystery. Scientists drilling into the ice discovered water that is chemically distinct, teeming with microbial life, adapted to extreme cold, high pressure, and complete darkness. These microbes survive entirely independent of photosynthesis, deriving energy from minerals and chemical reactions, providing a unique glimpse into life's resilience. Some researchers speculate that organisms here may have evolved entirely separately from surface life, creating an ecosystem unlike any other on Earth. Lake Vostok is also a geological enigma. Its subglacial environment is shaped by both ice pressure and geothermal heat, producing unusual water currents, chemical gradients, and sediment formations. Some theorists propose that the lake could harbor ancient organisms or genetic material, potentially offering clues to life's origins, or even models for alien ecosystems on icy moons like Europa or Enceladus. The eerie aspect of Lake Vostok is not just its isolation, but its silence. For millions of years, the lake has existed beneath a crushing weight of ice, a hidden ocean without wind, waves, or sunlight. It is a reminder that the world is full of invisible, secret places where life persists in defiance of everything we consider essential for survival. Every drill, every water sample brings humanity closer to understanding this hidden world, yet much remains unknown. How diverse is the life in Lake Vostok? Could there be multicellular organisms thriving in these extreme conditions? Until explorers and scientists uncover its full secrets, Lake Vostok remains a chilling symbol of the frozen continent's hidden, untouched mysteries. There are sounds that should not exist in a place as silent as Antarctica, but the ice has a voice. Researchers have documented a phenomenon called singing ice, a low-frequency hum that emanates from glaciers and ice sheets. At first, scientists dismissed it as wind or the cracking of ice, but careful measurements revealed something far stranger. The ice itself seems to resonate, producing sustained, eerie tones that can travel for kilometers. The hums occur when enormous ice sheets flex and shift under their own weight. Tiny fractures resonate at harmonic frequencies, creating deep vibrations that can last from minutes to hours. When the wind interacts with these resonances, the ice produces haunting melodies, some so low in tone they can be felt rather than heard. Those who have spent time in isolated research stations report a sense of unease, as if the ice is alive, whispering its ancient secrets. Historical accounts lend a chilling layer to the mystery. Early explorers in the 1910s and 1920s described glaciers that moaned or sang under moonlight. While these reports were long dismissed as hallucinations caused by frostbite or isolation, modern science has confirmed that glaciers indeed emit measurable vibrations. Yet why they resonate in patterns that sometimes seem almost musical remains unexplained. The singing ice may also carry the echoes of ancient geological events. Stress patterns frozen into the glaciers over millennia, seismic shifts, and even past meteor impacts may contribute to the acoustic phenomena. Some theorists suggest the ice could serve as a natural sonar, communicating or releasing energy through these vibrations. Others propose that the eerie melodies may simply be a side effect of physics, but the emotional impact is undeniable. Standing on a glacier and hearing the hums can inspire both awe and dread. Beyond the science, the phenomenon underscores the alien nature of polar landscapes. The ice is not inert, it is dynamic, capable of producing sounds that remind humans how small and fleeting they are in the face of geological time. The singing ice is a haunting symphony, a natural orchestra performed by glaciers over centuries, and a reminder that the frozen world is full of subtle, extraordinary mysteries that continue to defy explanation. Imagine an entire mountain range, as tall as the Alps, completely invisible to the human eye. For decades, scientists puzzled over seismic readings and satellite data that hinted at massive peaks hidden beneath kilometers of ice. These are the Gambutsev Mountains, stretching roughly 200 kilometers across East Antarctica, a ghostly range buried under a frozen veil that keeps its secrets intact. The mountains were first inferred in the 1950s through seismic studies, but only modern radar and satellite mapping revealed their full scope. What astounds geologists is their pristine appearance. Despite being over 1 billion years old, the peaks remain sharp and steep, barely eroded by time. How is this possible? On other continents, mountains of similar age would have been worn down into gentle hills. Some researchers suggest that the massive weight of the overlying ice shielded them, preventing erosion, while others argue tectonic forces may have continually rejuvenated the peaks. The Gambutsev Mountains are more than a geological curiosity. Beneath their ice-covered valleys, there may be ancient sediments and microenvironments that have remained undisturbed for millions of years. These frozen vaults could preserve fossils, traces of ancient climates, or even unknown microbial life. The idea that life or history might be trapped beneath layers of ice that have never been disturbed ignites the imagination. Could there be ecosystems entirely separate from the surface, surviving in isolation under extreme conditions? The mountains also played a key role in shaping Antarctica's glacial history. They likely acted as a backbone for ice sheet formation, guiding the flow of glaciers and influencing the continent's climate over millennia. Yet much remains unknown. The full topography and composition are still being studied, and with access limited by extreme cold and thick ice, humanity has only just begun to uncover the secrets of these hidden giants. Standing in the presence of the Gambutsev Mountains, even hypothetically, evokes a sense of awe. They are a reminder that the Earth is far stranger than it seems, capable of hiding enormous ancient structures in plain sight, invisible beneath ice and snow. For scientists and explorers, they represent both a challenge and an inspiration, a frozen testament to the planet's deep history and the enduring mysteries still waiting to be discovered. In the early 20th century, intrepid men sailed to the southernmost oceans in search of whales, seals, and discovery. Many never returned. Entire crews vanished without explanation, leaving behind only abandoned tools, sleds, and frozen footprints. These unexplained disappearances remain some of the most chilling mysteries of polar exploration. Historical records describe crews suddenly missing, even in calm weather conditions where survival seemed possible. Abandoned huts sometimes contained meals left uneaten and journals ending mid-sentence, as if time had stopped abruptly. While the Antarctic environment is naturally unforgiving, with hidden crevasses, sudden storms, and shifting ice, it cannot entirely account for the patterns of these vanishings. Clusters of disappearances occurred in ways that suggest a disturbing and unexplained phenomenon rather than random accidents. Eyewitness reports add a haunting layer. Some explorers noted strange lights on the horizon or shadows moving in the distance, describing the unsettling sensation of being watched. Skeptics argue these were hallucinations caused by isolation or extreme cold, yet multiple independent accounts suggest something more than imagination. Could these incidents be tied to unknown natural phenomena, or perhaps undiscovered subglacial features that swallowed people and equipment without trace? Modern research has revealed hidden ice caves, crevasses, and subglacial rivers that could explain some of the disappearances, yet the evidence remains incomplete. The lost whalers and explorers serve as a stark reminder of the continent's capacity for both preservation and concealment. Entire micro-histories vanish, frozen in time, yet inaccessible to human eyes. These disappearances also underscore the psychological strain of isolation. Early explorers often battled exhaustion, frostbite, and disorientation, making them more susceptible to accidents or misjudgments. Yet the eerie consistency of vanishings in certain regions leaves open questions. What truly happened in those frozen wastes? Are there hidden traps beneath the ice? Or is something else at play? An inexplicable force that claims those who dare venture too far. The mystery of the vanished whalers and explorers is a testament to the perilous nature of the southernmost regions. It is a chilling reminder that the ice is both a keeper of history and a graveyard for secrets, preserving them for centuries while revealing almost nothing. Each abandoned tool, footprint, or incomplete journal whispers of lives lost and mysteries that may never be fully solved, keeping the world fascinated and unsettled by the extremes of human exploration. Dark rocks scattered across ice and snow might seem ordinary, but in Antarctica, they are fragments of the cosmos. Meteorites found in this frozen wasteland have captivated scientists and enthusiasts alike, some containing chemical signatures that challenge our understanding of life and the solar system. What makes these discoveries remarkable is not just their extraterrestrial origin, but the secrets they may carry about the universe itself. One of the most extraordinary finds is a group of meteorites believed to have originated from Mars. These rocks contain microscopic structures resembling fossilized microbes, sparking heated debates among scientists. Could life have existed on the red planet millions of years ago? And did some of it hitch a ride to Earth via asteroid collisions? While mainstream researchers remain cautious, the possibility ignites imaginations, linking the frozen Antarctic deserts to distant worlds. Antarctica's conditions make it the perfect place to discover meteorites. The slow movement of glaciers concentrates meteorites in certain areas, making them relatively easy to spot against the stark white ice. Some meteorites have remained frozen for millions of years, preserving their chemical composition and potential biological markers perfectly. Each rock is a frozen time capsule, offering a snapshot of the solar system's early history and providing clues about the building blocks of life itself. Yet among the meteorites are specimens so unusual that they defy conventional classification. Some contain rare carbon-rich compounds or unusual magnetic anomalies, prompting speculation about their origin. While some scientists attribute these anomalies to natural chemical processes, others entertain the more tantalizing idea that they could represent artifacts of unknown origin or evidence of extraterrestrial intelligence. The discovery of these space rocks in Antarctica does more than expand our knowledge of the cosmos. It challenges the way we think about life and its possibilities. If microbes could survive in space, or if organic molecules could travel millions of kilometers and remain viable, it forces us to reconsider where life could exist beyond Earth. Each meteorite carries a story billions of years in the making, a silent reminder that the universe is far stranger than it seems. The meteorites of Antarctica are not just scientific curiosities, they are messengers from the stars, frozen in ice, waiting for humans to unlock their secrets. They remind us that the universe has a long memory, and sometimes the most profound mysteries arrive from the skies above, landing quietly in one of Earth's most remote and inhospitable places. A river of red flowing from the edge of a glacier paints a scene that looks like something from a nightmare. Known as blood falls, this unnerving cascade oozes from the Taylor Glacier, staining the ice crimson and standing in stark contrast to the stark whiteness surrounding it. Early explorers were baffled and frightened by the sight. For decades, the reason for this blood-like waterfall remained a mystery, inspiring tales of curses and omens. Scientific investigation eventually revealed that the waterfall's deep red hue is caused by iron-rich brine trapped beneath the glacier. When this brine contacts oxygen at the surface, iron oxidizes, producing the striking crimson color. But the most remarkable discovery is not the chemistry, it is the life contained within the water. Microbes living in this extreme oxygen-free environment have survived in isolation for millions of years, metabolizing iron and sulfur compounds to sustain themselves. This ecosystem thrives completely independent of sunlight, a testament to life's adaptability in conditions humans might deem uninhabitable. The story of Blood Falls begins with explorers noting its unusual appearance and unexplainable persistence. The water flows continuously, even during the harshest winter months, suggesting a complex subglacial hydrological system. Drilling into the glacier revealed a vast frozen reservoir, untouched by the atmosphere for millennia. This discovery not only reshaped understanding of Antarctica's hidden ecosystems, but also offered insight into how life could survive in extreme conditions elsewhere in the solar system. Yet Blood Falls remains unnerving. Its vivid color evokes notions of violence and foreboding, as though the glacier itself were bleeding. Some speculate about pathogens or unknown chemical properties preserved for eons, while others marvel at the implications for extraterrestrial life. If microbes can survive in total darkness and isolation beneath the ice, what other forms of life might exist in extreme environments on Earth or on distant planets? Blood Falls is more than a natural wonder. It is a symbol of the unexpected vitality hidden in places humans rarely tread. The Crimson Waterfall reminds us that the frozen world is far from empty. Life persists, evolves, and surprises us, even in the harshest conditions. And the mystery lingers. Beneath the glacier's surface, countless secrets remain, waiting for explorers to uncover the full story of this blood-red cascade. Beneath the surface of an active volcano lies a world frozen in both time and secrecy. The subglacial caves of Mount Erebus are carved not by human hands, but by steam, geothermal heat, and the relentless pressures of ice. These hidden chambers form a surreal labyrinth of tunnels and caverns, some filled with liquid water that has remained trapped for thousands of years. Scientists who have ventured into these caves describe an environment unlike any other on Earth. Dark, cold, and yet teeming with life that should not exist. The caves are home to microbial organisms that survive in complete darkness, extracting energy from minerals rather than sunlight. These extremophiles are astonishing because they reveal the potential for life in conditions previously thought impossible. The discovery has profound implications for astrobiology. If life can thrive beneath volcanic ice on Earth, could it survive on icy moons like Europa or Enceladus? The caves act as natural laboratories for understanding how life adapts to extreme isolation. Explorers also report eerie sensory experiences within these caverns. Sounds behave strangely in the tight, icy corridors. The drip of water echoes like whispers, creating the unsettling illusion that the cave itself is alive. Mineral deposits take on strange, almost sculptural shapes, furthering the sense that the caves are a deliberate, mysterious environment rather than a simple geological formation. Some formations resist classification, hinting at chemical processes that science has yet to fully understand. Historically, Mount Erebus has long fascinated explorers. Its continuous volcanic activity makes it one of the few permanent lava sources on the frozen continent, yet the caves beneath remain largely untouched. Early researchers recorded strange lights flickering within fumaroles, though these were dismissed as reflections of molten rock. Today, the mystery persists. Are there undiscovered organisms, ancient geological processes, or chemical phenomena hidden in the caves that could change our understanding of life and Earth's limits? The subglacial caves of Mount Erebus are more than a geological curiosity. They are an emblem of the planet's resilience and capacity for secret ecosystems. Life endures where humans would expect nothing to survive, and mysteries remain hidden in the shadows, waiting for the brave to explore them. Each expedition uncovers new surprises, from unusual microbes to chemical anomalies, reminding us that the world beneath our feet can be as alien and unexplored as any distant planet. Deep in the icy expanse, a strange formation appeared in satellite images that immediately caught the attention of explorers and researchers alike. At first glance, it resembled a colossal shipwreck, eerily protruding from the otherwise unbroken surface. Its long, linear shape and angular features hinted at something artificial, though skeptics argued it could simply be a natural rock formation. Whatever it was, the sight sparked imagination and unease. Was this the remnant of a long-lost vessel or something far stranger? The mystery is compounded by the sheer inaccessibility of the location. Thick ice, treacherous crevasses, and extreme cold make direct investigation nearly impossible. All that exists are aerial and satellite images, which show shadows and shapes suggesting structured design. Some enthusiasts speculate that the outlines could correspond to the remains of a whaling ship from the early 20th century, lost to the brutal Antarctic storms. However, nothing matches the size or symmetry seen in the images, leaving researchers puzzled. Historically, the Southern Ocean has claimed countless ships. Early explorers, whalers, and supply vessels often vanished, leaving no trace other than ice-distorted debris. Many of these shipwrecks are documented, but some may have slipped through history entirely, trapped beneath ice sheets that shift over time. Could this frozen shipwreck be one of those missing vessels, preserved in near-perfect condition by the freezing temperatures? Or is it something entirely different, perhaps even evidence of human activity far older than previously recorded? Adding to the intrigue are anecdotal reports from nearby expeditions. Teams in the region have described seeing unusual geometric shadows and subtle patterns in the ice, suggesting that some structures beneath the surface might be more organized than naturally occurring formations. Satellite imagery alone cannot confirm what lies below, but the combination of symmetrical lines and angular features has led to speculation ranging from lost civilizations to alien artifacts hidden under kilometers of ice. The psychological impact of such a discovery cannot be understated. To imagine a massive structure, partially visible yet largely inaccessible, evokes a sense of awe and dread. It serves as a stark reminder that Antarctica and the surrounding regions are not fully explored. Even with modern technology, there are places where human eyes have never seen, and where the ice may conceal stories from centuries or even millennia past. Scientists continue to debate the possibilities. While conventional explanations like natural ice formations, erosion, or shifting glaciers remain plausible, the tantalizing alternative that something deliberately constructed lies hidden ensures the mystery endures. Until an expedition can safely reach the site and examine it directly, the frozen shipwreck remains a phantom in the ice, a silent enigma that captures the imagination and challenges our understanding of history and nature. Whether it is a relic of human endeavor or something far stranger, the frozen shipwreck is a haunting symbol of Antarctica, or the polar regions' capacity to preserve mysteries. It reminds us that beneath the frozen surface, history and the unexplained wait patiently, preserved in ice, silently daring the brave to uncover them. Imagine stepping across a barren landscape and suddenly stumbling upon the remains of a creature so enormous it seems impossible. That was exactly what paleontologists discovered in remote regions of Antarctica: fossilized skeletons of giant prehistoric creatures that once dominated the southern seas and lands. Among the most astonishing are the elasmosaur, a marine reptile with a neck stretching over 10 meters, capable of silently hunting in the ancient oceans of a planet millions of years younger. These discoveries are not merely about size. They reveal entire ecosystems that thrived in what we now think of as an inhospitable environment. Fossilized plants, seeds, and even dinosaur bones suggest that the frozen continent was once a lush rainforest with rivers, lakes, and abundant life. The fossils challenge our understanding of evolution and adaptation. How could such complex ecosystems survive so close to the South Pole, in conditions that would experience months of darkness each year? The mystery deepens with gaps in the fossil record. Some species appear to vanish without leaving trace, while others are preserved in incredible detail. Why were some organisms fossilized here, while others disappeared completely? Scientists theorize that sudden climate shifts, tectonic upheavals, or catastrophic events may have selectively preserved some species. Yet the incompleteness leaves room for speculation. Could there have been massive predators still undiscovered, lurking in regions yet unexplored beneath the ice? Beyond the scientific implications, these fossils evoke a haunting sense of wonder. Standing over a skeleton that lived tens of millions of years ago, one cannot help but feel the weight of time pressing down. Each bone, each fragment is a whisper from a lost world, an ecosystem so alien, yet intimately connected to the evolution of life as we know it. The fossils act as both proof of life long vanished and a reminder of nature's extraordinary adaptability. Moreover, the climate implications are staggering. The existence of ancient rainforests in regions now dominated by ice demonstrates the dramatic shifts Earth has undergone. Antarctica's past was warm and vibrant, capable of supporting enormous creatures and rich flora. These discoveries force scientists to reconsider models of ancient climates, plate tectonics, and the resilience of life in extreme conditions. Perhaps the most unnerving thought is that, beneath layers of ice, there may be countless more fossils yet undiscovered. Entire species, ecosystems, or even remnants of life, forms that defy current scientific understanding, could lie frozen, preserved in time for millennia. The continent becomes a silent archive, holding secrets of life's history and evolution, waiting for those brave enough to uncover them. The giant fossils of Antarctica are more than scientific curiosities. They are echoes of a time when life thrived against odds we can barely imagine, testaments to nature's resilience, and silent guardians of secrets that could reshape our understanding of Earth's history. Each discovery is a story frozen in time, a puzzle from a prehistoric world that continues to captivate and mystify all who study it. Antarctica is one of the most productive places on Earth for finding meteorites. Its vast, pristine ice sheets create a perfect canvas for dark space rocks to stand out. Since the 1960s, scientists have recovered thousands of meteorites from the continent, some of which have profoundly impacted our understanding of the solar system. Yet among these space rocks are specimens so unusual they defy conventional explanation, raising questions that stretch from geology to the possibility of extraterrestrial life. The extreme conditions of Antarctica help preserve meteorites remarkably well. Unlike other environments where rain, wind, and vegetation can erode or bury space rocks, the ice keeps them frozen and easily identifiable. Many of these meteorites have been dated to billions of years old, carrying chemical signatures of the early solar system. Among the most remarkable discoveries are fragments believed to have originated from Mars. These rocks contain microscopic structures that some scientists argue resemble fossilized microbial life. While the claim remains controversial, the idea that life, or remnants of life, might have traveled across space and landed on Earth is tantalizing and unsettling. Other meteorites discovered in Antarctica have unusual compositions, such as carbonaceous chondrites, which contain organic molecules essential for life. Some researchers speculate that these space rocks may have delivered the building blocks of life to our planet, contributing to the origins of Earth's biosphere. This leads to an unsettling implication. If life can arrive via meteorites, what else might exist out there in the cosmos waiting to be discovered? But the mysteries of Antarctic meteorites do not end with science. Occasionally, strange shapes or unexplained magnetic anomalies are detected in recovered specimens, leading some enthusiasts to speculate about alien technologies or messages encoded in stone. While mainstream science remains skeptical, the very idea that Antarctica could hold artifacts from space, untouched and perfectly preserved, adds an almost mythic layer to the continent's enigma. Ultimately, these meteorites remind us that Antarctica is not just a frozen desert, but a time capsule of the universe itself. Each rock recovered carries a story billions of years in the making, offering tantalizing hints of worlds beyond our own and the possibility of life beyond Earth. And as long as the ice preserves them, these mysteries remain frozen, waiting for humans to decode their cosmic secrets. Antarctica has long been a place of fascination for explorers, scientists, and adventurers, but it is also a land where people seem to vanish without a trace. Among the most baffling mysteries are the disappearances of whalers, sealers, and early 20th century expeditions. Entire crews have been reported missing, leaving behind only abandoned camps, half-buried equipment, and hauntingly frozen footprints. The harsh Antarctic environment is, of course, unforgiving. Blizzards, shifting ice, and sub-zero temperatures claim lives each year. But some disappearances stand out as unusually mysterious. One example comes from the whaling stations along the Antarctic Peninsula in the 1910s and 1920s. Teams working in relative isolation sometimes vanished without warning. Search parties would find scattered tools, sleds left mid-task, and traces of human activity, but no bodies. Logs from nearby stations describe eerie findings: empty huts with meals still on tables, sled dogs wandering alone, and journals abruptly ending mid-sentence. The unexplained nature of these vanishings has given rise to chilling speculation. Some scientists suggest sudden ice collapses, hidden crevasses, or rogue weather phenomena could be responsible. Indeed, crevasses are often covered by snow bridges, invisible until it is too late. However, the frequency and pattern of these disappearances suggests something more sinister, or at least profoundly puzzling. Many occurred in clusters, often under calm weather, when survival would have seemed possible. Adding to the mystery are reports of strange lights and sounds near the areas where people disappeared. Whalers' logs occasionally mention moving shadows on the horizon, or the sudden sensation of being watched, as if unseen eyes followed them across the ice. Some theorists argue these accounts may be early descriptions of unknown natural phenomena, like ice mirages, unusual atmospheric reflections, or seismic vibrations amplified by the ice sheets. Yet for those who experienced them firsthand, the events were far from ordinary. They were terrifying, inexplicable, and unforgettable. Modern searches using radar and satellite imagery have uncovered some additional clues. Subglacial lakes and hidden valleys may have created natural traps, swallowing sleds and equipment, leaving little trace. Some historians even speculate that undiscovered ice caves could preserve remains in isolation, hidden for decades beneath thick layers of snow and ice, effectively freezing both bodies and mysteries in time. These vanishings highlight a chilling reality. Antarctica is not merely remote, it is fundamentally alien in its scale and danger. While technology has advanced, much of the continent remains unexplored, and many disappearances from the past remain unresolved. Each abandoned tool, frozen footprint, or incomplete journal is a silent testimony to the unforgiving power of this land, and a reminder that even today, Antarctica guards its secrets jealously. The story of the vanishing whalers and explorers serves as a stark warning. The frozen continent is not just a backdrop for adventure, it is an active participant, capable of swallowing lives and memories, leaving only questions behind. For those who dare to study or explore it, the message is clear. In Antarctica, some mysteries may never be solved, and some disappearances may remain eternal. Amidst Antarctica's vast expanse of white, an anomaly exists that defies expectation: the McMurdo Dry Valleys. Covering approximately 4,800 square kilometers, these valleys are some of the driest places on Earth, with almost no ice or snow, despite being surrounded by glaciers and ice sheets. This stark, lifeless landscape is so unlike the rest of the continent that it has often been compared to the surface of Mars, a planetary desert of rock, sand, and salt. The dry valleys were first systematically explored in the early 20th century, but their true mystery came with the development of modern technology. Satellites, aerial surveys, and ground-penetrating radar revealed that beneath the seemingly barren surface lie unique hydrological and geological features, including streams fed by glacial meltwater, frozen lakes, and soil pockets that have remained dry for millions of years. These pockets of stability preserve evidence of ancient climate and life, acting as natural archives untouched by ice. What makes the McMurdo Dry Valleys particularly enigmatic is their ability to remain ice-free in one of the coldest places on Earth. Harsh katabatic winds sweep down the valleys, evaporating moisture and preventing snow accumulation. The extreme conditions create a surreal, almost alien landscape where life exists in microclimates that challenge scientists' understanding of ecology. Microbes, algae, and other extremophiles survive in salt-rich ponds and beneath rocks, thriving in conditions that are lethal to most known organisms. Some researchers argue that the dry valleys hold clues to how life might exist on other planets, particularly Mars, where similar cold, dry, and inhospitable environments are common. Every discovery here adds to the tantalizing possibility that life can endure far beyond what was once thought possible, adapting in ways we are only beginning to comprehend. Yet the dry valleys are not just a scientific curiosity, they are shrouded in mystery. Why does this region remain so completely devoid of ice even during the peak of Antarctic winter? Could there be undiscovered subglacial rivers or ancient ecosystems hidden in these valleys? Some theorists speculate that the valleys are a natural time capsule, preserving both geological and biological history from millions of years ago, untouched by modern climate fluctuations. The McMurdo Dry Valleys remind us that Antarctica is far more than a frozen desert. It is a land of contradictions, a place where life struggles against impossible odds, where ancient climates are frozen in time, and where mysteries continue to challenge our understanding of the natural world. Standing in these valleys, one cannot help but feel the eerie silence of a place that seems to exist outside of time itself. Antarctica is a land that does not forgive mistakes. Its frozen expanse has claimed countless explorers, many of whom vanished without a trace. Yet it is precisely this harsh environment that preserves relics of those who dared to venture into the white unknown, frozen in time and holding stories of survival, despair, and unsolved mysteries. Among the most famous are the remnants of Captain Robert Falcon Scott's Terra Nova expedition of 1910-1913. Scott and his team set out to be the first to reach the South Pole, only to arrive weeks after Roald Amundson's team. But the tragedy did not end there. On the return journey, Scott and his men succumbed to exhaustion, starvation, and the merciless Antarctic cold. What they left behind, however, remains hauntingly preserved. Abandoned campsites, frozen supplies, sledges, and even journals. These artifacts, trapped beneath layers of snow and ice, provide an unflinching glimpse into the day-to-day struggle of early polar exploration. What makes these relics mysterious is not merely their preservation, but the eerie sense of time standing still. Frozen journals still reveal the voices of men facing their imminent deaths, and supplies that should have decayed long ago are sometimes found remarkably intact. Even the clothing, made of heavy wool and leather, sometimes survives better than modern fabrics would in similar conditions. Scientists and historians studying these items often report an uncanny feeling, as if the Antarctic itself were a silent guardian of human history, freezing moments that might otherwise be lost forever. Beyond the Terra Nova expedition, other early explorers also left behind enigmatic traces. The journals of Ernest Shackleton's Nimrod expedition describe strange lights and sounds on the horizon, unexplained movements of ice, and disorienting phenomena that modern science struggles to replicate. Could these accounts reflect natural anomalies, like mirages and seismic shifts, or are they hinting at deeper mysteries hidden beneath the ice? Some theorists suggest that Antarctica may have preserved not just the remains of human activity, but evidence of unknown forces interacting with the land itself. Forces that challenge conventional understanding. Every relic is a frozen story, but the unanswered questions linger. How much of the continent's history remains buried and unrecorded? What other expeditions vanished entirely, without leaving a trace, swallowed by the ice and wind? Each discovery is a reminder that Antarctica is a land of extremes, capable of preserving history while erasing lives in equal measure. For the modern visitor or scientist, walking among these relics is more than a study of history. It is a confrontation with the raw, merciless power of the continent. The frozen artifacts of doomed expeditions serve as a chilling testament to the fact that in Antarctica, time itself seems to bend, capturing both life and death in an eternal icy tableau. One of Antarctica's greatest hidden secrets lies not in the ice but beneath it. Stretching across 200 kilometers in East Antarctica, the Gamburtsev Mountains are a vast, ancient mountain range entirely buried under ice. They were first detected in the 1950s through seismic studies, but it wasn't until the 2000s with radar and satellite mapping that scientists could glimpse the true scale of this hidden range. The mountains rival the Alps in size, yet they remain completely inaccessible, shrouded beneath nearly 4 kilometers of ice. What makes the Gamburtsev Mountains mysterious is not just their hidden existence, but their astonishingly young appearance. Though geologists date them to more than 1 billion years old, their peaks are sharp, steep, and remarkably preserved. Erosion, which typically wears down mountains over millions of years, seems to have had little effect here. How could mountains survive so long, looking almost freshly formed under conditions that should have flattened them into rolling hills? Scientists have proposed that the immense weight of the overlying ice has shielded the mountains from erosion, preserving their jagged peaks. Others suggest tectonic forces might have kept the range unusually active, continually rejuvenating the peaks. Yet, even with modern technology, there remain gaps in understanding. Drilling through kilometers of ice is not only expensive and dangerous, but it also risks disturbing a geological record that is otherwise untouched by human activity. Adding to the intrigue are the questions surrounding the mountains' role in Antarctica's climate and glacial history. The Gamburtsevs likely served as a nucleus for ice sheet formation, guiding the flow of glaciers over millions of years. Yet within their valleys, conditions may have created microenvironments capable of preserving life or ancient sediments, a frozen archive of Earth's distant past. Could these mountains hide unknown fossils or evidence of prehistoric climate events? Might there be life forms, microbial or otherwise, preserved in ice pockets trapped within the range? Even now, as satellites reveal their hidden contours and radar probes explore their depths, the Gamburtsev Mountains remain an enigma. They are a reminder that beneath Antarctica, as seemingly uniform ice, lie landscapes as dramatic and mysterious as any on the surface. For explorers, scientists, and anyone captivated by the unknown, the Gamburtsev Mountains stand as a frozen testament to the continent's hidden history, a monument to Earth's deep, unfathomable past, waiting to be fully understood. Antarctica, often imagined as a silent, frozen wasteland, is far from quiet. Beneath the serene white surface, a subtle, haunting sound permeates the ice sheets, a phenomenon scientists have come to call the singing ice. This eerie vibration isn't just an environmental curiosity. It's a mysterious symphony created by the ice itself, echoing across thousands of miles. The singing ice was first documented during the late 20th century by glaciologists studying the Ross Ice Shelf. Initially, researchers assumed it was just wind blowing over the ice or the cracking of shifting sheets. But as they installed sensitive instruments, the truth proved stranger. The ice emitted continuous low-frequency hums and groans, some lasting minutes, some stretching for hours. It almost sounded alive. The vibrations were unlike any sound produced naturally in more temperate climates, and no matter how much scientists observed, they could not fully explain the mechanism. Investigations revealed that the phenomenon occurs when the enormous ice sheets slowly move and flex under their own immense weight. Tiny fractures in the ice resonate at a harmonic frequency, producing deep, haunting tones that can travel for kilometers. In some cases, researchers noticed that wind could amplify the sounds, creating melodies that seem almost deliberate. But while the science behind the acoustics is partially understood, the emotional impact is undeniable. Scientists working in isolation reported feelings of unease, even dread, as the ghostly hums echoed across the barren ice. Local folklore among early Antarctic explorers adds another layer of mystery. Expedition journals from the 1910s and 1920s describe singing glaciers and moaning ice that seem to warn or guide travelers. While these accounts were often dismissed as hallucinations brought on by frostbite and isolation, modern science shows there is a real acoustic phenomenon behind them. Yet the unexplained part remains. Why does this ice sing in such hauntingly musical patterns? Is it purely a natural resonance, or does it reflect something deeper? Ancient stress patterns frozen into the ice over millennia, perhaps even preserving echoes of long-past geological events. Some theorists suggest the singing ice could be more than a geological curiosity. Could it act as a natural sonar, a way for the ice to communicate or release stress? Could it hold the secrets of climate history, encoding patterns from earthquakes, meteor impacts, or even the movements of glaciers that shaped Antarctica over millions of years? Each note seems to tell a story, one humans are only beginning to interpret. The ghostly singing ice reminds us that Antarctica is not a static, lifeless place. It's dynamic, full of energy, and filled with mysteries that challenge our perceptions of the natural world. For anyone standing alone on the frozen shelf, listening to the ice hum beneath their feet, it's a haunting reminder that the continent still has secrets to reveal, if only we dare to listen.